Okay, so Get Home Safe.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me what you've seen and what you have planned for yourself outside of just that brand of Get Home Safe. Because there's a lot of things you've done before we created this.
Right. Me as a psychotherapist, to be honest, I just want to
explain to them what that is also.
Okay, so a psychotherapist. Psychotherapist is someone who was trained from the DSM, who uses more of a clinical approach to mental health. The Diagnostic Statistical Manual, which has all the disorders in there for mental health.
Okay.
And so since I was trained, I got my master's in clinical mental health counseling, so that's why I call myself a psychotherapist. I love working with those who have like bipolar disorder or schizophrenia or just adjustment disorder or whatever issues that they're dealing with. I love it. I am really crave trying to heal those with traumatic experiences, and so that is like my thing. And I think trauma is in all of us. It's all about our resiliency and our tolerance and things like that. So trauma touches everyone. And so with that, I just want to break the stigma, change some federal laws, make it to where healthcare is actually covering everything from all gamuts, like so private practice, yes, you can probably write in adjustment disorder and things like that, and insurance companies will pay for it and cover it. But when you work with like those with Medicaid and like Medicare, only certain disorders are you're able to book for it through Medicaid. And so a lot of these like core service agencies, you'll see that they only use certain disorders, and sometimes those disorders are not really for you, right? You're misdiagnosed. And then also like learning and studying, and I always was pointing this to my professor, Georgiana Thomas. She was like our historian professor, and she was really big on like reading where the information is coming from. So understand the author, right, of this narrative. And I really feel like, I mean, statistically it is shown that there's not a lot of Black therapists, psychologists, psychiatrists who are doing the research, even PsyDs who are doing the research on Black individuals, brown individuals, about these mental health topics. So a lot of the research we see are primarily done on our European counterparts or our white counterparts. And we all kind of know that like we don't all study the same, we don't all present the same, we have some intergenerational issues that are going on that they may not have experienced. And so my goal is honestly to do research on that. I'm getting my PhD in international psychology with a concentration of organization and systems, and that allows me to to be more culturally competent when doing this work and not really doing it from a westernized standard. And so I'm really open to that because like it really take in like, I went to South Africa last year and it really took in like I was in, I feel so bad right now. I'm trying to think about it.
Take your time. You've like given us a lot of quotables, so like. Yeah.
Not Cape Town, but Johannesburg.
Okay.
Yes. And you really learn a lot of what they do, like what they believe in and what others believe in. So like, I'm a Christian, but do I believe in like the Bible like that? No, I'm more spiritual. So like, I want a therapist to come in and say, this is your belief, I'm going to take that and I'm going to use my tools to help you get through it from your perspective.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
That's ironic that you said that research-wise, because Get Home Safe, on my side, I don't know if Ryan ever told you guys the story as to like why I started Get Home Safe. All right, so unfortunately I lost the love of my life a year and a half ago, some change.
I feel like I kind of saw that because around certain times you post a little bit more about this person. Mm-hmm. Okay, got it.
Yeah, so, and as much as she educated me on her dealing with depression and how hard that was for her, I learned from her who was in her struggle. Mm-hmm. So it's like 5 years building this person up, watching them become amazing, graduating from Bowie State. Cum laude, is that like the highest one? Yeah. Summa cum laude. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she graduated like... She was Magnum. Okay. Like which one?
I think Magnum is the highest.
Yeah, she was there. She was at the top, like all day. So she was really rocking on every block. But yeah. it was unfortunate because there was a point in time where I was like, who do I reach out to help this person help themselves? Because it was like watching the episodes happen, watching them overwork themselves, watching corporate America for the jobs that she was working, not pay attention to the people who worked underneath them when it comes to like the corporate space. And then as a black person, I don't remember there being someone who was black who's a psychologist or in my community who I could reach out to be like, hey, help me, like really help me. Don't just pay attention or feel sorry that happened to you. Help me, because like they don't have anyone, because everyone is getting tired. There's like a tired point that you hit. And I saw the system do just give them that medication, they'll be fine. And it's like,
I know.
Yeah.
And that's kind of why I didn't want to become a psychiatrist, and no shade to my psychiatrists, because I feel like there are some great ones out there and they do great work. It's more so like I just didn't believe in just giving medication. Like I truly believe we can talk this out and neuroplasticity takes place, and we can figure out some things. And I really do believe that, in all honesty, like even with depression, because I've dated someone with depression too, so I truly understand what you're saying. And it's challenging, and people do burn out. I know I burned out a lot, and I was telling my ex, like, listen, I'm a therapist and I do therapy every day. I can't come home and do therapy with you too. Like that's draining.
This can't be work.
Right. But relationships are work, and we are a work in progress as people. So I agree that you want somebody to give you, like, to reach out and help, or somebody you can reach out to that looks like you, that understands you, and that you feel comfortable going to. Like a lot of people ask, how do you pick your therapist? And I'm like, it's just like dating. You pick somebody that you feel comfortable with. Like I know my weakness and my strengths, and so I pick my therapist on that. Like, what do I want to work on, and how are they going to hold me accountable?
So you have a therapist yourself?
I do.
Okay.
I do, and I started seeing him when I got my divorce. We were going weekly, and then now we go monthly or as needed. So, oh yeah, I love a therapist. I think everybody should have a therapist. I even think that you should probably talk to a therapist when you were a child, and that should just be a part of kind of the healthcare. Like we do a annual physical, right? Supposed to do an annual physical. At one point, you could get a pap smear like every year and things like that. Now it's every like 2 years, or maybe every 3 to 5 if you had an abnormal one. And then you go to the dentist twice a year, every 6 months to get a cleaning. And so I really think that you should be able to do a mental health checkup every quarter. So 4 times a year, and I think that should be in the healthcare plan. That this is not mandatory, but this is like this is what you get for free.
Optional.
Right.
It should be a part of what you need.
It's a part of what you need,
Yes.
and then like literally you can just go get a mental health wellness check. That's it, and
it'll be simple.
Very simple.
Yeah. And for them, it's like, who's gonna pay for it? And it's like, guys, we already see you alternating all these funds to war. You can take care of your country if you like. You can definitely, and not if you can take care of it globally, because I think that we're not even on like just America. I think we have to figure out how do we compete globally, because right now we're on it's a global structure. We operate that way. And we're currently viewed on a slope also.
We are.
Yeah.
Oh, I can see it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure everybody can see it, so yeah, like, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.